Hey nail sisters, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a manicure for beginners. This will be a step-by-step video where I also give you tips that can help you have a flawless manicure. This is also a dry manicure where I'm not going to use any water, which definitely has its benefits, especially if you want your manicure to last more than a week. So I'm starting off by pushing back my cuticle, and I'm going in a circular motion with my cuticle pusher, but I'm making sure to, not be rough, but I'm putting enough pressure. You don't want to be too rough, but you want to put enough pressure to where you're pushing it back, but not to the point where it hurts you. And I'm pushing back the living skin so that we can expose the dead skin that's underneath, which is the white part. So anything that is white, clear, hanging, this is going to be the cuticle. Next, I'm going in with my diamond carbide bit, and I'm removing the dead skin that's underneath. The reason why you want to remove the dead skin is because this will help you when you're trying to lay your polish, where the polish, you won't basically touch the skin with the polish, and so you don't have to necessarily leave a space at the top of your manicure where it won't look as though you need like an infill with the polish. So this definitely helps with that. And then it also helps where your manicure can last for months. So here I'm showing how I like to push back the skin. A lot of times that dead skin will definitely attach to the living skin. So I push it back so that I can see that dead skin. And I am going at an angle with the next bit that I'm going in with my diamond ball bit, and I'm making sure to hit, do you see right here where I'm hitting that clear white dead cuticle? So this bit is to go, like, I like to use this bit on top, versus the pointy one. I like to go underneath. So the next thing that I'm showing here is you want to check when you get ready to clip. So the next thing we're doing is clipping the nails. Mine didn't really need it, so I'm not going to take anything off. I'm just going to file. But I was showing there that you want to make sure to look underneath your skin to make sure that you're not cutting skin and the nail, because you can cause bleeding. The next thing after that, you want to file your nails in the shape that you want. And I'm showing here how you don't want to file too much into the sidewalls, because it can definitely cause damage, and then also it will cause the nail to kind of become a lot wider. I'm also dusting off anything so that I can see. So you want to turn your file in the direction that you want to have your nails, if you want them to be round or square. So I am going in that direction, making sure to keep moving the file in different directions. I forgot to show, but the next thing after you push back the cuticles and remove the dead skin, you want to take a file or e-file, a medium grit to 180 grit, to give the product something to attach and grip to. And then after that, you want to go in with a dehydrator. I use Artistic pH bun. This is to remove any oils. Then I used a primer. I'm using the IBD. This is LED and UV, so it is actually where I have to cure it, and I cured it for 30 seconds. Now, if you have a primer that is liquid, you want to give it time to dry. Now, I didn't have to do one nail at a time with my primer because, again, this is more of a gel consistency. After you go in with your dehydrator and primer, and like I said, you want to take away the shine from the nail, then I went in with a base coat. I actually apply the base coat before the color, which helps to prevent any staining on the nails. And then I went in with the color by OPI called Do You Take Leeway. This was in my nude polish video. So what I'm doing here is applying the gel with very thin coats. This is to prevent heat spikes, bulkiness, and chipping as well. If you are someone who chips like along the edge of the tip of the nail, what you can do is take the like a bunder by Young Nails or any type of bunder, and it will help to prevent the chipping in that area. Also, like I said again, make sure that there's no water or oils or anything on the nail, and you properly prep the nail. This will definitely help with that. So what I like to do is point the finger down so that the product flows when you're polishing, and it also helps where you don't touch the skin. Now, if polish does get on the skin, just use a cleanup brush with alcohol to remove before you actually cure. If not, if you just leave it there, then it can lead to peeling around the edges, especially around the skin area and around the edge area, or I should say the top of the cuticle area. I am turning my finger in the direction that I need to polish, to let the brush do the work for me and not the other way around. So, when you're polishing, what I like to do at the top, I like to bounce the polish and then kind of see how I'm turning my finger in the direction and using the sides of that brush to kind of move the polish. And another thing that I can say, when you're also trying to get that flawless manicure, is at the top, if you miss any parts and it's like, you're afraid to kind of get close, you can't take a nail art brush with a little polish and go around like in a round shape, depending on how your cuticle is, and just fill in any areas that you may have missed. Now, a tip that I will say is when you're using a color like this, you don't want to drag that brush because all of those strokes will show up. And if you do that, like I just showed you, once you apply the top coat, it will go away if you make sure to go in those areas. But just make sure when you're using a color like that to quickly just go back over those strokes and lines. So make sure that you also cap the free edge like you're seeing here, because a lot of times this can cause the gel to chip with manicures in particular. Gel loves to chip around the tip of the nail. So like I said again, securing it with some kind of bunder and capping it, making sure it's not bulky down at the bottom will definitely help you with that. And I did cure each layer for 30 seconds. So the key to a perfect manicure is to not have a lot of polish on your brush when you're trying to polish. This helps to where you have less cleanup and where you won't flood the cuticles and sidewalls, which can lead to lifting and peeling. If you're using gel, just start out with wiping your whole brush on one side and use the other side to polish with. So at the end with the manicure, now you can go in with I like to go in with a scrub, a mask, some kind of serum. You can also do put lotion. So this is where you want to go in with all of that, and your cuticle oil at the end. This is where you can go in and do all of the exfoliating, removing more of the dead skin, soften the skin, get it back, coming back to life, honey. So, this is where you want to do all of that. You don't want to use any of that stuff before the manicures, not even soaking the nails, because a lot of times when you I know they taught us in nail school to soak the nails. To me, that causes the nails to absorb. And I was just showing here how that color looks in natural lighting versus the white light. So a lot of times if you soak the nails in water when you're doing manicures, it will cause the nails to swell and absorb a lot of that water. And this to me can lead to chipping and peeling. Like I said again, especially with gel. So now I'm just kind of showing you, you can get really creative with your manicure. I'm using caviar beads, and I think it will definitely look better if you put the caviar beads toward the bottom portion of the nail. If anyone is interested in a video about how to prevent gel polish from lifting, then definitely let me know. I can make a video about that. Hopefully this video was helpful in some kind of way and gave you tips for doing your manicure. And I'll see you all in my next video.